When you look back at the Walking Dead cast today, it's easy to think that they were born for those roles. So completely have the likes of Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus taken on their roles and helped craft some of the most fascinating TV. Yet, obviously, these weren't the first roles these actors had. In fact, for many, they were far more embarrassing. With this in mind, I'm Jules for Whatculture.com, and these are 10 weird early performances by the Walking Dead actors. Number 10. Luster, Norman Reedus. The critical reception to Luster was mixed at best. The story involves orgies, incest, crime, slavery, punk rock, and Norman Reedus as a character titled Sex Tool Delivery Boy. He's only a bit part player, but with a name like that, you know he makes a hell of an impact. It's a strange film, often noted for its director's insistence that all non-gay actors take on gay roles in his films, which in turn makes Reedus come across as incredibly different to Fix-It Dixon is in The Walking Dead. It's hard to imagine looking at one and seeing the transition to the other, but there we go. Number 9. Dawson's Creek, Melissa McBride. Now, a fair few of the entries on this list appeared in 90s and early noughties pieces, but only Melissa McBride can say that she's appeared in one TV show twice as totally different characters. You see, in Dawson's Creek, McBride shows up as Nina, and then again in the series finale as a totally unrelated character, Melanie, neither of which probably survived the zombie apocalypse. Number 8. Judge Dredd, Scott Wilson. Scott Wilson is the very definition of a character actor. You've seen him in countless things, but you can never really remember where he's from. Yet one of his most fun and uncredited roles was as Pa Angel in the Sly Stallone flick Judge Dredd. Hamming it up under a thick layer of grime must have been fun for the otherwise serious Wilson, but he did last a damn sight longer as Herschel than the mutated leader of the cannibalistic Angel family. Number 7. The Blob, Jeffrey DeMunn. Now, a lot of people really didn't like Dale in The Walking Dead, but the one thing you cannot argue against is that he had a sweet hat. However, if being the know-it-all that nobody listens to wasn't bad enough, DeMunn also appeared in the appalling remake of the 50s classic, The Blob. He played a sheriff who's tasked with dealing with the alien blob, but ultimately gets gooped off screen. Don't watch it. Number 6. Slither, Michael Rooker. Michael Rooker is a great and quite unappreciated actor. One of his weirder early roles was in Slither, where he plays a man slowly possessed by an alien slug. It's a campy riff on the early monster movies, but unlike The Blob that we mentioned just prior, is self-aware enough to make light of the horror. Plus, it was directed by James Guardians of the Galaxy Gunn, which makes it all the better. Number 5. The Substitute 2, School's Out, Lawrence Gilliard Jr. LGJR has quite the resume behind him, having starred in The Wire and basically every network crime cop drama known to man. Also, he was a football player in The Waterboy, which is obviously his highest achievement. Yet his weirdest role was in the form of a criminal kid in the straight-to-DVD action flick The Substitute 2, School's Out. The film centers around a mercenary who masquerades as a schoolteacher in order to get revenge on his brother's killer. It's as silly and as shitty as it sounds. Number 4. Van Wilder, The Rise of Taj, Lauren Cohen. Now, truth be told, I loved the Purell original, mainly because at the time of its release, I was an absolute idiot. The sequel was so bad that Ryan Reynolds turned it down and Cal Penn had to step up and take the lead. It also contained Lauren Cohen as a teaching supervisor. There's not really much to say in this one other than the acting was pretty bad, the dialogue was terrible, and she got her kit off. So there's that, I guess. Number 3. D3, The Mighty Ducks, Michael Cudlitz. Jesus Christ, they made how many Mighty Ducks films? I mean, I can understand a sequel as the first was so popular, but 3 of these? Come on. Well, at least we got to see Abraham from The Walking Dead as a rival hockey player. This was actually his breakthrough role and one that landed him in Southland as a recurring cop. I guess because his acting was just so criminal. Oh, that was painful. Number 2. Bailey's Billions, Laurie Holden. Laurie Holden does not deserve to be associated with the trash that is Bailey's Billions, a story in which a dog inherits a vast sum of money. It may seem like I'm getting on a massive neggy rage at this point in the list, but to be honest, I actually do find this all very funny. I find it funny that she would go from being this dog's owner through the X-Files, The Majestic, The Mist, and then to The Walking Dead unscathed. Good on her though for gritting her teeth and getting a paycheck. And number 1, Offending Angels, Andrew Lincoln. So before he stepped into the sweaty boots and shirt of Rick Grimes, Lincoln had quite a long run of British productions under his belt. What he's least known for, though, is one of the lowest grossing films of all time, garnering less than £100 on its first run. The film is called Offending Angels, and it's about a couple of angels who try and help some absolute waste men get their lives back on track. And it's just the worst. So you know what? Check it out and be grateful that he managed to escape this pit of hell. And that's our list. Got any more lesser-known roles from the members of The Walking Dead? Well, let me know about them in the comments section below. And why not swing by Whatculture.com for more news and articles like this every goddamn day. As always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome, and I'll speak to you soon.
Oh, hello there. I'm billionaire philanthropist, not Bruce Wayne. And as you may have heard, we've actually started up a Whatculture comics channel. Oh, that's better. Where you can go for all the comics lists, all the comics news, and all the comics discussion. So go and subscribe to Whatculture Comics for loads of amazing comics coverage.